my jammers, settle up, cause we about to get it up. Yeehaw! Hello guys, and welcome to the first episode of Grab a Brew with J2. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. We'll have the music a little bit loud today. Statue, how you doing? Double Decker, how you doing? Love the name. Cheers, Double. How you doing? Drum, what's going on? Paige, welcome. Panda Boy, how you doing? Who else we got here? Louise, what's going on? Oh, my friend from Korea, Castle, how you doing? County Barrel, what's going on, dude? We can't hear you? I'm joking. Good. I'll be coming and going, getting ready for work. No problem, Drum. No problem. If the music does get too loud, folks, let me know. But I don't want it to be quiet and silent while I'm talking. But, so, the premise of today is going to be, we're going to talk over some current events, similar to what we do with today's take, but it's just going to be me. Hello, James H, how you doing? 2 days, 2 hours, killing it, Louise. Are you the leader? Are you the leader there, Louise? But yeah, how's everyone's day going? 11:30 here. Make sure you've got a drink as well. My brew today is water. Staying hydrated. That's it, Paige. Thing is, sometimes with the three of us, it's hard to get us all together at the same time, so... Oh, yes, James. Good news, good news. Okay. So... I need water, says Statue. What are you going to play? We're not going to play anything today, Panda. We're just going to chill. Louise, can you guess what alcoholic drink I'm drinking? It's 11:30, Louise. I hope you're not drinking yet. Just a Pepsi Max, double vodka, probably. Yeah, Statue got it. So, music is a bit loud. Alright, I can turn that down a touch. Is that better? I feel like that's still pretty loud, but quiet enough. So, let's have a look. Oasis on the rocks, my man. Oasis on the rocks? What flavour, Drum? Hopefully it's still loud enough. Actually, I might turn it up a touch more. What the hell? There we go. I think we'll have it about there. That sounds right. There's different flavours of Oasis. Yeah, you've got like the orange flavours and like the mixed fruit flavours, and you've got like the blackcurrant flavours. Modern Warfare, says Panda Boy. No chance. Probably he's got 7 updates to do before I can play that again. What drinks you got inside the bar? Well, I can see some wine on the top shelves. There's some wine glasses over on my left for you guys, as you're looking at me. My left. Yeah, because that's my left IRL, but as you're looking at the screen, that's the left. Razor, what's going on? So, I don't think it'll, Canadian clubs, yeah. I don't think it'd be right to start off the stream without anything more current than Corona. In the UK, obviously, restrictions have started to lift now. On the 4th of July, the bars and the restaurants are going to start opening back up with restrictions in place. But yesterday/today, I think it was yesterday, they've done a local lockdown in one city called Leicester, which is in the middle of the country. I think it's North Midlands, if I remember rightly. But yeah, they're going on to a local lockdown, so all their... How you doing, Owen? Mr. Smokey, how you going? But yeah, so Leicester, all their plans now for the 4th of July with like businesses opening back up. Done. 2 weeks to start with, they are being told to stay on lockdown for. You guys have to wear a mask everywhere. We're not forced to wear it everywhere, but they recommend like on public transport areas where it's too close together that you do wear your masks. You can go and see your horses run. Nice, Louise. Yeah, I mean, when is the 4th of July, a Monday or something like that? Or is it Saturday? When is the 4th? It's Saturday. That's why they're opening them up. Because everyone's going to be so buzzing to go to the pub on a Saturday. Not today, Panda. Maybe, tomorrow. Unlucky for Leicester indeed. Imagine if you've got all these plans in place. You've been getting all the prep ready. And you're excited to go. And then, nah, not happening. Saturday, I am. Am I heading to the pub on Saturday? No. No, probably. I don't think so. I'm not sure what the plans are at the moment. I'll be driving a bus today because we're short of drivers. So I'll be out of the office. Oh no, Drum. I'm going to the pub on Saturday. Nice, Louise. Get smashed, says James. No, that was last Saturday. Okay. So yeah, Leicester's going to be back on lockdown. What's it saying? In some cases, it will be enforced by the police. Legal changes are going to be brought in to ensure non-essential retail is no longer open. So they'll close all their shops as well that have opened back up in the last week or so. Because a total of the 10% of all positive new cases in the country in the past week have come in the East Midlands city. There's obviously a spike happening there. Pubs, restaurants, cafes, hairdressers and barbers will remain shut. Schools that had been opened up to the rest of the children will be closed, apart from the vulnerable children, children of the key workers. And they've said, how will they stop people travelling outside the city? They're going to recommend against all but essential travel to and from Leicester. As we saw during the peak, the vast majority will abide. We'll see. They say it's the law, but I know bus drivers can't do much to enforce it. Yeah. We are forced to wear a face mask. Where are you, Smokey? Decker is obsessed with buses. Oh gosh, he is. Not today, Panda. We're just gonna chill. It's all good, Louise. Alright, James, you take care, mate. Even though it's now law in Scotland that you have to wear a mask on buses unless you have illness or disability, we don't have powers to do anything about it. Can't even refuse passengers. But I mean, if it's the rule, surely, and it's enforced by the government, then I mean, why can't you refuse people travel in case it's essential? In case they're going to the hospital or something? But they're putting other people at risk. I've got meetings with 3 teachers. Good luck, Louise. Yeah, Drum, that's what I heard from a bus driver in Manchester. He's a YouTuber about buses. Oh, cool. We're forced to wear masks in public. You don't get a massive... Oh, if you don't get a massive fine in South Africa. Holy shit. I'm a controller. Nice. We aren't allowed on buses without masks. Yeah, and trains. Any public transport. So, sticking... well, while we're talking about coronavirus, seen this morning. I got a ping on my phone. There's a new swine flu found in pigs in China with human pandemic potential. So not yet are we over this pandemic with corona. They're now talking of a new strain of swine flu, which has the potential to spread to the humans and cause another pandemic. Named G4EA-H1N1. The virus is similar to the swine flu that caused the pandemic in 2009 and possesses all the essential hallmarks of a candidate pandemic virus. Great news, isn't it, folks? The shit you want to hear. I reckon England had COVID-19 last year around Christmas. Everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying it. Christmas, New Year, start of January. Everybody's saying they had a bad flu at that time. Very possible. Let's face it. It's been proven that China kept things a secret for as long as possible because they didn't want to affect their economy. And they let the people free travel and spread it around the world, so it weren't just them that was fucked. 1 in 10 pig farmers tested also showed elevated levels of the virus in their blood, particularly those 18 to 35. So the people that are less gonna bloody know that they've got it, more likely to spread. Tests showed that any immunity humans gain from exposure to seasonal flu does not provide protection from G4. The researchers said they're concerned the virus could mutate, that it passed from human to human and spark a global outbreak. Great. Is that what the world's going to be now? We're just going to be going from one pandemic to the next? Is the world never going to return to normal? I hope my trousers still fit after the COVID diet. Drum, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Such infectivity greatly enhanced the opportunity for virus adaptation in humans and raised concerns for the possible generation of pandemic viruses. Looks like we're going to just be having one pandemic after the other, folks. Give me a second. Hades, how you doing? Hades, did you change your name? Civ782 DOJRP. I'm guessing you changed your name. Congratulations. Monkey Ape, how you doing? Thanks for the host. Oh, own. If you know China, it had everything to do with protecting their own intentions. And not the, their own, not intentions, their own interests. That was all. They thought that they could control it, which is why they didn't tell anybody else, and they thought they could stop it from expanding outwards worldwide. And lo and behold, they failed, as we all know. Puts on tinfoil hat. Exactly. Come on, man. This is known. This isn't a conspiracy. Yeah, I changed my name once I got into DOJ and got my call sign. Congratulations. Welcome to the DOJ. I hope you're enjoying your time here so far. How'd you change your name? It says I can only change the caps. So while we're talking about China, I'm sure you guys have seen the thing that's going on with Hong Kong at the moment. German Panda, how you doing? And Hong Kong is pretty much going to become absorbed within China. They've passed a controversial national security law. Despises opposition from global supporters. The new legislation set the stage for the most radical changes to the former British colony's way of life since it was returned to China almost 23 years ago. It was passed unanimously, unsurprisingly, by the Chinese Parliament's top decision-making body on Tuesday. The legislation is said to be aimed at limiting subversive, secessionist and terrorist activities, as well as foreign intervention in Hong Kong's affairs. Critics fear it will be used to target protesters and opposition politicians seen as disloyal to Beijing, with harsh prison sentences seen as a response to often violent anti-government protests that at times descended into violence in the city last year. Basically, what I'm hearing from people in Hong Kong is that it's just another way to control them and stop them having freedom of the press, freedom of speech, all that good stuff. Can we all play bingo, or how does that work? Yeah, everybody plays bingo, yeah. Thanks, Double. Uh-oh, there you go. Smash the bingo up, folks. Let's do it. Uh-oh, trouble. Oh my god, 2 people redeemed bingo. Looks like we're having 2 games back to back. I'll have a Pepsi Max, please. Yeah, coming right up, monkey. Coming right up. Okay, do it. Smash your global emotes, folks. Let's see what you've got. Come on, you can be quicker than that. Let's do it. Who wants that 5k? There we go. It also thought that the law would give China security services power to operate in Hong Kong. Essentially, Hong Kong's going to be no more independent than the rest of China. Just going to be absorbed. I've got friends who actually live in Hong Kong. My very first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor, he's actually from Hong Kong. Be interesting to see what happens. Undoubtedly, their press will be shut down and it will go to a government-controlled press team. So just quickly moving back to COVID, I thought this was an interesting one. The world has now recorded more than 10 million cases of coronavirus and documented more than 500,000 deaths as a result of the pandemic. It started in China, possibly far back as November, but then spread rapidly to Europe and other countries in Asia before working its way into the Americas. So you guys obviously know the reason it went to Italy next and spread there most is because that's one of the direct ports from Asia. Is oh, look at that Hades one, congrats. Start another game, Beans to us 2 redemptions, let's go. One of the mods if you could, please. But yeah, so it was one of the main ports into Europe from Asia, was from China to Italy, and that's why obviously, you know, the virus spread there next fastest, and then pretty much the rest of the world. So certain countries have been affected as being different to others. So the country with the highest number of deaths is the US, which has seen more than 125,000 people die from COVID-19. But that doesn't make it the hardest hit. So deaths per 100,000. In Belgium, 85.2 people out of every 100,000 died, more than double the rate of the US, which is 38.5 per 100,000. In terms of COVID-19 deaths, all the worst hit countries are European ones. After Belgium, it's the UK, Spain, Italy, Sweden. France have the highest death of rate per person. But you've got to remember as well, I think those countries that are the highest numbers are probably actually reporting the actual numbers. Whereas a lot of the countries, I'm not going to name names. We all know which countries are going to be lying about their figures to make it look like they're handling it better. Again, so it affects their economy less. That's all they care about. So, there we go. However, the statistics for death rates do not tell the whole story. The number of COVID-related deaths is very likely to be underreported everywhere, as only people who have tested positive or who are identified as potential COVID cases and then die will have been recorded as having died from the disease. In many countries, differences in record keeping may mean that there is no way for COVID-19 to be registered as a factor in death. That's if a doctor was even consulted in the first place. Oh, look at that. Paige wins the 5k points. Congratulations to you, Paige. Right. I think we spoke about COVID enough now, folks. Let's move on to something else a little bit more dark. I don't know if anybody remembers the Golden State Killer. He has admitted to 13 murders. A 74-year-old former police officer has admitted 13 murders, saying an inner voice made him carry out the killings. Joseph James D'Angelo Jr., known as the Golden State Killer, terrorized the Sacramento region as a serial rapist in the mid-1970s before going on to kill more than a dozen people across California, evading capture for decades. Speaking at a court hearing on Monday, Sacramento County Prosecutor Thean Ho said D'Angelo had made incriminating statements after his arrest and indicated he was driven by an uncontrollable force inside him. Mr. Ho said that when D'Angelo was alone in a police interrogation room, he began speaking to himself, saying, "I did all that." Angelo has never publicly acknowledged the killings. Is said to have added, "I didn't have the strength to push him out. He made me. He went with me. It was like in my head. I mean, he's a part of me. I didn't want to do these things. I pushed Jerry out and had a happy life. I did all those things. I destroyed all their lives, so now I've got to pay the price." The prosecutor said at the time had come for D'Angelo to pay the price, adding the scope of Joseph D'Angelo's crime is simply staggering. Each time he escaped, slipping away silently into the night. I mean, he's got the knowledge, hasn't he? He's got the knowledge to get away from police, being a police officer. You reading the headlines? Yeah, Drum. Wait, has there been more headlines, Drum? Are you telling me there's something more? That was my knuckle cracking. More headliney, Drum, than what I'm reading. I'm not sure exactly when he got caught. Let me have a look. When was Golden State Killer arrested? 24th of April 2018. He did it in the 70s. But he's got them at Norian. Wish I could stay the whole time. Heading back into the office for the first time since March. Norian, best of luck with heading back in. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Make sure you adhere to social distancing. Keep your hands clean. Don't breathe anybody's sneezes in. I'm so good in 1070s. I'm like a ghost. It'll happen, you know. When people know how to escape, what officers are looking for and shit, obviously you're gonna have a better understanding of how to get away. It's just a thing, isn't it? DK Gaming, how are you, my friend? Daniel, did you change your tag? GGGWP. Will do. I will be the only person there. Lol, rotating shift. Nice, Norian. Well, have a good time. How do you donate? I don't, Civ Hades. I'm so sorry, I don't actually have a donation at the moment. But the only way you can donate to me is via subscribing, gifting subs to the community, or by giving bits. Ooh, port, says Monkey. Damn, I see a DK Gaming in the chat. Good morning, guys and girls. How's everyone? Surfing Terp, welcome to the stream. How you going? What else have we got? D'Angelo entered the guilty pleas as part of the broader agreement with prosecutors to admit to all allegations against him, including dozens of rapes that too old to prosecute, dating back to the 70s. Ooh. Well, I'll give you bits until I can donate. Enjoy. Thank you, Hades. I appreciate that, my friend. Port sucks. You guys arguing about Port. Come on, man. We're all PD. It's all love. I just walked into a door. Fucking hell, Louise. You alright? We need to call an ambulance? The plea deal will spare him from a death sentence, but he will face a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. So, I mean, he's in his 70s, isn't he? So, who knows how long he's got left to live. They said the deal would prevent aging survivors, victims, families, and witnesses from prolonged legal proceedings. D'Angelo wore orange prison scrubs and a plastic face shield. Was seated on a makeshift stage in a university ballroom as he admitted the crimes. He was arrested in 2018 after authorities used DNA to track him using a popular genealogy? That doesn't... genealogy? That doesn't read right. There's an A in there. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, PD for life. Exactly, Daniel. Exactly. Hades coming in with some more bits. Thank you so much, my friend. Wow, a page. What's that supposed to mean? Okay. A Vietnam veteran and grandfather. He had not been on the radar investigators until DNA collected from the crime scene was used to find a distant relative for the gene. I want to see how to pronounce that word because I'd read that as genealogy, but genealogy? That just doesn't look right.
Genealogy.
Genealogy? What the fuck? Genealogy? Give me a second again, folks. Blow me old snoz box. Norian, what's your primary department again? Ah, nice double. Thank you. You're in Civ, Norian? I'd recommend trying to go to all the LEO departments and just seeing which one's for you, you know? They then tailed him and secretly collected DNA from his car door and discarded tissue to get an arrest warrant. It capped more than 4 decades of investigation after the case gained renewed attention when the best-selling book I'll Be Gone in the Dark was released. Victims are described a master sailor who entered houses through open windows and tied the homeowners up at gunpoint. I'm sure I was listening to a podcast about this guy. I think I was.
Welcome to the Pride.
He'd hold them at gunpoint and rape them, wouldn't he? Yeah, I was listening to I was listening to this like true crime. Follows Hakia __. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Pride, Liam. Oh, how are you going, my friend? I do want to do BCSO reserve, but I have to be Civ and I'm a Proby. Civ 1, sorry. Well, it won't take long to get there. Thank you for the bits again. CJ, what's happening, man? You're up early. You got work? He would type husbands and boyfriends and threaten to kill them if they made a noise whilst he assaulted the women, i.e. their mothers, sisters, girlfriends, wives. The criminal would then escape on foot, managing to evade police. And I'm sure on this podcast, right? I'm sure he hopped out. He'd got caught by a cop, right? Shares, how you doing? I'm sure, if I'm remembering the right story, he'd got caught by a cop who had him at fucking gunpoint. And he used like, because obviously he's a cop, he used some like mad distraction technique and ended up shooting the cop. I'm sure he murdered the cop. Or at least mortally wounded him. And getting away. D'Angelo became a police officer in '73 in the San Joaquin Valley farm town of Exeter, where it's believed he committed his first killing. He was among the officers trying to find a serial burglar dubbed the Visalia Ransacker, who was responsible for about 100 break-ins. The burglar, now known to be D'Angelo, so he was investigating himself, killed community college professor Claude Snelling, who was attempting to prevent his 16-year-old daughter being kidnapped. D'Angelo later got a job as a police officer in the Sacramento area until he was caught shoplifting dog repellent and a hammer. His victims are expected to confront him at his sentencing in August. Head of the court hearing, the daughter of victim Lyman Smith, a lawyer who was killed in 1980, said she'd been on pins and needles because I just don't like that our lives are tied to him again. Holy shit. I've got work today. Who have you redeemed that for, double? I'll have to read down here. 3-day weekend because the 4th of July. Congrats, CJ. VIP for CJ, sure thing. Let's do it. I mean, CJ, you couldn't have had a shorter name, huh? Tiempo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully I've typed it right. I'm great. Kind of tired. It's early for me. 6:50 in the US. Damn. Civ 1 so quickly. Congrats on that. Costa has... Oh, I mean, Paige, that's actually one of my stories later on today. It's 5 clicks away. We'll talk about that in a bit. I've actually got that as my 5th story. Just to prove it to you, I'll do this just to show you that I've actually got that as a story. There you go. But we will talk about that in a bit. As if you fucking said that. Incredible. We will get onto that. The victims' families were said that he was glad he's admitting it. He certainly does deserve to die in my view, so I'm seeing that he is trading the death penalty for a death in prison, said one of the families. It will be good to put the thing to rest. I think he will never serve the sentence that we have served. We've served the sentence of 42 years, yeah. And he's just been living out there free, man. God damn. Norian, have a blessed day at work, my friend. Take care. So, 10 bits. I got a 90, so I have to wait another month to get promoted to Div 1, but enjoy the rest of my bits. Hades, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. It's very, very kind. So, we'll quickly move on to the sport. I'm just going to pick out some paper talk about the sport, so... Gonna have a look what we've got. Oh, here's a good one. Beans, I'm a Villa fan. So Jack Grealish has been linked with Manchester United throughout the most of the last 12 months, and now Manchester City are reportedly plotting a swoop for Grealish, but that's only if Bayern Munich cough up 50 million for Leroy Sané. Who else have we got? Having a look here if there's anything else interesting. Premier League has urged clubs to step up campaigns to keep fans away from their grounds. James, I'll send you a link to a really good podcast in the end. Suggest you watch it. Okay, Liam, sounds good. Having a look what else there is. Oh, the FA announced 124 redundancies, about 15% of their staff in response to the losses, which could rise to 300 million quid. Woo! God damn. Should J to the M play DOJP at the 1 hour mark? or keep talking to chat? I'll do that poll right now. No problem. Already spoken about that, Monkey. We spoke about it earlier on today. New follow, Julie Marie Meister. Hello, how are ya? Welcome to the Pride. I got Officer of the Week yesterday. I was so shocked. Very well deserved, CJ.
Pride.
Congrats on that, man.
Rawr.
Mercedes changed to black livery for Black Lives Matter in the Formula One. I've seen that. That was in yesterday's news. I've seen that. You're gonna have to Android person, but apparently Apple iPhone 12 won't come with the charger. God damn. It's got to be that commendation you got, CJ, off somebody. I don't know who. I don't know who it was. It was a really good commendation though. Is there anything else? Oh, here we go. On Tuesday, MPs will grill the chief executive of the Premier League over the scenes that marred Liverpool's first Premier League triumph in 30 years, which Jurgen Klopp and his squad stand accused of fueling. I mean, come on. It wouldn't have mattered if the Liverpool players stayed at home in their pyjamas. The Liverpool fans would have still gone to Anfield and got smashed and had a party. You can't blame the club and the players for celebrating their first title in 30 years. They're all tested regularly. I know, Monkey. Crazy, isn't it? Mental shit. The people have spoken, but I mean, I've also said multiple times throughout the day, we aren't going to be doing any games today. So unfortunately, there won't be any DOJ today, regardless of what the people want. All four of you. So yeah, Liverpool, as you've seen, Liverpool won the league in the middle of the week thanks to Chelsea beating Manchester City, and yeah, it's their first time in 30 years, which is incredible considering how dominant they was prior to never winning a Premier League title. When the Premier League, what was it, 91-92 the first season, and they won their last league title in the 90 season, 90-91 was it, or 89-90, anyway. I only got a commendation when I got brutally murdered. That's great, Monkey. Can I get my points back then, JTM? I mean, Hades, it was a poll. Doesn't mean you still got the poll. Gotta be that, no doubt about it. Nicest commendation I've ever got. So grateful for it. Ah, well, you're welcome, CJ. Well deserved. Polls aren't indefinite. Whatever comes out of the poll doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I mean, if I wanted to drive a 13 FPRU and somebody said poll car, I'm still going to drive the 13 FPRU, you know? I also got shot 234 times and burnt to death yesterday. Holy shit, that sounds like a good old time. Just got my eyes blown out my head, folks. What do you mean, alright? I actually didn't get murdered yesterday. Nice, Drum. Liam, I know exactly what happened. What happened then, Liam? Go on. If you can guess what happened, Liam, you can choose. I saw it in your eyes. What was it? What did I see, Liam? Come on. Tell the rest of the chat what I saw. Somebody's trying to guess what I saw, Sam. Shouldn't you be decorating, says Drum? Yeah, he should be. That was before yesterday. And yesterday, Rapper Sneezy Raps, my in-game character, got shot 20 times and danced on. Go on, Sneezy. Dance on, good lad. Come on, Liam. The rest of the chat is dying to know what I saw. But yeah, anyway, Liverpool, congratulations for winning the league. It was well deserved. You smashed it this year. You only lost once, and that was to Watford. Listen to this. I was driving to a bomb threat a couple of days ago at like 30 miles an hour, and there was a Civ staff chilling on top of a mountain, and one shot headshotted me. Insane. Apparently my music sucks, lol. Oh, that's a shame, monkey. Come on, Liam. We want to see what I've seen. The new TikTok challenge. Wives, girlfriends walking on their husbands' boyfriends while they're gaming and recording their reaction. Ding, ding, ding. You're 100% correct, Liam. She just got out the shower. She got out the shower and come and went. So, well done, Liam. Correct, Amundo. Took me by surprise a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I giggled so the way I did. Okay, football's grassroots was plunged deeper into turmoil on Monday as the FA announced the most devastating round of job loss since history. It's full of threat. Well, I already read that one. What else have we got? Right, that's that on that. What else have we got? Yeah, so moving back to the Liverpool thing, 7 games left. I think that was the earliest title win in Premier League history with 7 games left. Oh yeah, what a great time. Okay, Hades, see you in a moment, my friend. While we're on the sport, quick roundup of last weekend's UFC results. Waiting for the drop here. This is actually fun. Oh, thanks, monkey. I mean, yeah, we can speak about that, Louis. No problem. Let me find a good one. There we go. So Lewis Hamilton to race in new black Mercedes car for 2020 season in support of Black Lives Matter. And I've got to admit, it's a tidy looking car. I always like the Merc cars anyway. I drive a Merc myself. Let me do this. Can you see that? You can see it. Which one do I need? Is it that one? There you go. Just so you can see the car. Right, let me slide that back over there. Oh gosh, what did I do? Okay. That's fine. Alright. I was in the shower this night. I want to get it in. It was nice before I started messing with it. There we go. That's better. But yeah, so they're going to be racing in that one. And then the Mercedes normal car. Let me see if I can pull up a... That's what their normal car looks like. But that new one looks sick. I've got to admit, it does look very good. Can't believe what's going on in Liverpool after their title win. It was mental, CJ, weren't it? Absolutely crazy. Yeah, they replaced silver with a black, exactly. Yeah, yeah. F1's cool. When I hear Mercedes, I just think of that lady from Friday Night Dinner. Oh, we only started watching that show, the last series. It's fucking funny. Div Tyler K, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope your day's going well, my friend. Right, moving back to the UFC news where we was. So, the roundup of the summaries of the finishes of the fights that I watched with the exciting finishes. One was Kay Hansen against Jin Yu Fry, and Fry was beating the shit out of her for 3 rounds. I'm not gonna lie. Kay was getting it. Well, actually, the second round, Kay started to do a bit better in the grappling. Somebody had bet 37 grand on a straight bet on an undercard fighter, which is mad. And the commentators called it out in the middle of the fight. And because there's no audience at the moment in the stadiums for the UFC, the fighters can hear everything that's being said by their corners, the opposition corners, and the commentators. They can hear everything. Fighters have said after the fights, thanks to Daniel Cormier for the advice. I know he was only commentating, but I heard him say change this up, and it worked, and it ended up helping the fighter win the fight. But yeah, so Kay Hansen, she ended up getting a lovely armbar at the end of the middle of the third round. It was nice. It was if you want to have a look at that finish, just type in Kay Hansen, Kay space Hansen armbar, and you'll see her armbar finish. It was tidy. There was also Tanner Boza from Canada. He did a wonderful knockout. He hit Philip Lins with a sweet combo, and then on the Lins got dropped, and it was one of the most crazy ground and pound finishes. What he ended up doing was that he used a backhand like he was swinging like that. So he's falling on the guy, and he falls down and smacks him clean on the chin. Tanner Boza from Canada, and he had one of the best post-fight interviews as well. So look out for Tanner Boza. Boza spelled B-O-S-E-R. Go have a look at that knockout. That was incredible. If you've seen that, that's great. Do you know what? Maybe I could show the clips. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we can show the clips? Means it's just highlights? Let me have a look. Let me see what I can do. I bet they'd be on Twitter, wouldn't they? Let me have a look. Trying to see if there's a video of him submitting him. Maybe there is. Wonder if BT Sport will have it. That's the question. They might do. Videos might struggle to load as well. Weird. When I'm streaming, it's not available in my country. BT Sport usually show them, you see. Hey, I know what I can do. Yeah, you might be right. Let me try it. Might work. Might be able to videos. Let me see if there's like a highlight clip of the finishes. Latest interviews. We don't want to see interviews. We want to see videos. It's just got a couple of highlights, that's all. That's a shame. Well, guys, you can go and find these on social media and stuff anyway, if you want to go and find them. Karma Worthy submitted Luis Pena. Karma was just beating him up on the feet. How did he finish him now? I don't remember. I need to have a look at that. Alright, CJ, take it easy. I'm trying to see how he won that fight. I don't remember. Not finding anything. Did he hit him with a guillotine? I think he hit him with a guillotine. If I remember right. Yeah, guillotine choke. There we go. If you don't know what that is, basically someone's head goes through your arm here, like a guillotine. Their throat. But you tend to clasp your hands. You can either do it that way, so their head's through. That way, that's like a horrible way. Most people go like that, or like that. That, grip, table. Isn't it a headlock? Kinda. It's kind of, so a headlock, their head would be here, right? But with a guillotine, the head goes through that way. Back of the head would be that way. So moving on to the main card, what have we got here? We have Julian Erosa submitting Sean Woodson. Woodson looked great through that fight. He was beating him up on the feet. He's really long. Mate, I can't even remember how Erosa finished him either. Some of these fights have gone out of my head. That another guillotine? Oh, it was a excuse me. It was a DARS. There's a couple of differences. Liam, how you doing? There's a couple of differences with sort of arm-in chokes. And so there's two very similar chokes, and it's where a similar position, so where you've got the guillotine, their head's through. With an anaconda, their head would be through, but then you'd go under their armpit as well. So it slides through, so your arm would go under their neck, through, and onto here. And your arm would slap out, and then you do figure four. Actually, like a rear naked choke. So that way is an anaconda when you go head to armpit, and a DARS is the opposite way, where you go armpit to head. So you'd start here with your left arm, the left arm would slide out, and the hand comes out like here. And again, same principle, you'd go that like that. And then the purpose is to squeeze their arm across the neck, like an arm triangle. So yeah, he won via DARS choke by the looks of it. I remember it kind of off the top of my head. Takashi Soto knocked out Jason Witt in 48 seconds. That was brutal. Brendan Allen was a decision. Maurice Green submitting Jean Volante by... They were saying exhaustion, but it was some weird variant of like an arm triangle. Jean was on top of him. And again, it's the same principle of what I've just said. But this one, you hug... Your shoulder goes under their armpit here. And you go round the neck. And then same principle, you clasp into like this, where it goes into the elbow. And then you sit in on their arm. And their arm's here. You're sort of like leaning on this bit. Your neck leans on there. And it's pressing their neck across their throat. And then you move in a clock. You move in a clock position. So if their body's here and you're on top with the arms clasped, as I said, you move like a clock round. You want to move your hips round to their that same side. Well, I've trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for over 10 years, monkey, yeah, so not a professional fighter, no. But one thing I definitely understand is grappling and submissions, which is why I'm giving you these little breakdowns of what's going on with decisions and the submissions. Mike Perry decision, Mickey Gall, that was a good scrap. And Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker. If you can't watch the full fight, go watch the highlights. That was an absolute barn burner. How Dustin Poirier did not get knocked out earlier in that fight. Hooker was laying it on him thick. Absolutely smashing his face in against the cage. It was brutal. I got 22 out of 25 on my cat. Good, nice monkey. I'm back. What did I miss? We're just talking about the fights from last weekend. So just very quickly, on the 12th of July, it's UFC 251. It's the very first UFC Fight Island over in an island. I think it's in Abu Dhabi, if I remember rightly. How are they doing it? Oh shit! A British fighter is going to be fighting on July 25th. Where's it going to be? Just having a look now. Oh, well, congrats on that, monkey. Let's have a look what we've got now. Where's Fight Island going to be? I'm sure it's in Abu Dhabi or, like, UAE. We got any interesting fights on the early prelims? Marcin Chibora. Oh, Leonardo Santos finally back in action. He's a very, very good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. He actually, if you know who George St. Pierre is, who's sort of like a legend of the UFC, Leonardo Santos actually flying armbar GSP in a all grappling competition in ADC, which is Abu Dhabi Combat Club. It's like the best freestyle wrestlers, best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners, Sambo, all the best fighters from different grappling sports get invited to fight for ADCC under a special rule set. But yeah, Leo Santos flying armbar GSP, which is incredible. Mr. Finland's fighting. Danny Henry, English or Australian? I don't recognise his name. Have a look where he's Scottish. Good luck to him. A Brit fighting against... Oh, he's 31 as well. Fighting at featherweight. Amir Khani will probably win that, I'm guessing. Dos Santos fighting Salikov. Uzdemir versus Prochazka. Never heard of him. He must be a promotional newcomer. Never heard of him before. He has a good record. 26 wins, 3 losses. Last fought in Rising. Knocked out CB Dollaway, former UFC fighter. He's knocked out Fabio Maldonado, former UFC fighter. He's knocked out Mohamed Lawal, former Bellator fighter. And like legend outside of the UFC. Mate, this kid's got a... I know all these people are older now. He's lost to Mohamed Lawal previously in 2015. These other losses to nobody of note. But he's beat some good... That could be a great little scrap. It looks like he's got heavy hands and he's fighting Uzdemir, who's very heavy-handed. That could be a real barn burner at light heavyweight in the UAE. Yeah, Abu Dhabi, I was right. Where they're doing Fight Island. Who else have we got? Right, moving on to the main card. Amanda Ribas with a 9-1 against the returning Paige Van Zandt. To all the guys here, if you don't know who Paige Van Zandt is, I would highly recommend you go and Google her. And I'll because her name isn't that common in spelling, I'll do that for you. There you go. If you haven't heard of Paige Van Zandt, then go Google her. She'll be fighting on July 12th against Amanda Ribas. The thing is Paige is good. She's got a great heart and she's very talented. But usually when she comes up against people that have got a decent enough skill level, the heart doesn't normally carry her through. Ribas has got a very strong record, 9-1. And she beat Randa Marcos by decision in her last fight. I'm trying to see if anybody else that she's fought. She beat Mackenzie Dern by decision. Dern's a beast. She's a multiple-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion and was undefeated before that fight. So yeah, she's pretty decent. So we'll see what she can do against Paige Van Zandt. Then moving on to the very interesting fight, the absolute beast with heavy hands, Jessica Andrade, who took the title off Rose Namajunas. She's fighting her. Rose is coming off a loss for the title to the Chinese champion. Who did Rose? Hasn't got the name. It's Jing, isn't it? The lady, the Chinese lady. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jessica Andrade lost to the Chinese champion. She beat Rose for the title. Zhang Weili. Yeah, not Jing. You me? Yeah, Zhang. And I'm sure Zhang just beat Joanna, didn't she? Yeah, that was a great fight. Did everybody see Joanna's face? Oh my god, after that Zhang fight. If you haven't seen this, I'm sure you did because it was on headlines worldwide. The state of Joanna's... The state of the poor girl's face. Come on, Google. All the guys out there. Liam, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't play silly buggers. Right. I need to show you this shit. Oh, come on, dude. Working? She looks great on that crop. Mate, it looks worse non-cropped. It looks worse non-cropped, honestly. Let me do this. Can I duplicate something? Hold on. I want to duplicate something and then just do it to normal. Oh, I'll tell you what I can do. Here we go. Look at that face. No, she's not Louise, I don't think. Look at her head. That's non-cropped. Yeah? That is non-cropped. That is what her face looked like after fighting Zhang. She normally looks like this. That was her at the start of the fight. That's her at the end of the fight. Tell me that isn't crazy. Mate, tell me that isn't crazy. But Zhang was pretty messed up as well. Zhang got pretty fucked up as well. Yeah, that's her. That's her. Look. Look at the difference. Look at the difference there. Her head literally changed shape, my man. Look at Zhang's face. That's what Zhang looked like before the fight. That's what Zhang looked like after the fight. Where's it gone? Pictures. Oh, this one's great. Look at that one. These aren't even Photoshop, bro. They're not even Photoshopped. So yeah, that's a fight to get excited about. Jessica Andrade versus Rose Namajunas in the rematch. That's pretty much a #1 contender fight. So whoever wins that will probably fight Zhang next. I'd love Rose to win. Like a bit of redemption. And then obviously her versus Zhang would be a great fight. Well, beat her skull out, Liam, because it expanded outwards. I would drive to the grocery store real quick, BRB. Alright, Hades. Stay safe, dude. Bantamweight title bout, Peter Yan versus Jose Aldo. Officer Jaffa Cape reporting for duty. How are you, Casey? But yeah, we've got Peter Yan versus Jose Aldo for the vacant Bantamweight title. Henry Cejudo vacated with his retirement after beating Dominic Cruz. So that's a very interesting fight. Peter Yan is 14-1. He's on a hot streak. Absolute beast. Hits with deadly intentions. Jose Aldo, one of the former greatest featherweights of all time. Probably the greatest featherweight champion of all time. He's going down for his second fight at bantamweight. That's a £10 drop from 145 to 135. Jose fought his first fight against... Oh, God, what's the other Brazilian called? The other Brazilian guy who fought Henry Cejudo. Oh, that's going to do my nut in. He fought Mr. Marlon Moraes, the magician, and lost the decision, but everybody said he should have won. Oh, Digit Dean coming in with 100 bits. Thank you so much, Dean. I'm good, mate. How are you? Oh, not bad. Got 2 training evals tonight, so that should be fun. TU initial and air. Good luck, Casey. So yeah, I'm actually going to pick Peter Yan to win that fight against Jose, because Jose lost the decision, which everybody thought he should have won, and apparently he looked really sharp. I don't actually remember seeing the fight for whatever reason. I love Jose Aldo, but old Jose Aldo, he's been a little bit more tentative since he lost to Conor McGregor. He used to be a leg kicking wizard. He used to kick fuck out your legs till you was done. But I just think Peter Yan probably hits too hard, and I know Aldo's coming down. But you losing that £10 normally takes a lot out of your chin, and it normally takes a lot out of your cardio as well. So I just think Petr Yan's probably going to knock him out with his hands, probably. The next title fight, Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway in a rematch. It's featherweight title fight, and Alexander just dominated in the first fight. He decisioned him. It was a 5-round fight, obviously, because it's a title fight, but he just mashed him up. Probably could have finished him. And interesting thing, Alexander Volkanovski actually used to be I think he was a rugby player. Sure, he was a rugby player, and he was a big lad. I'm sure he was. There you go. He used to weigh 97 kilo. And he used to play rugby league in Australia, and he was 214 pounds when he played rugby. Yeah, he's now fighting at 145 pounds. That's like what, 90? No, like 70 pounds loss. Quite a drop. And so obviously he's got a big boy frame to be carrying around that amount of weight. That'll be an interesting one. Max is really good, but it seemed Alexander Volkanovski had all the answers last time. And then a great fight, top of the card, Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. That can be a very interesting fight. Gilbert Burns, multiple-time world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, and Kamaru Usman, a very wrestling and heavy-handed fighter. I think Usman has probably got enough to keep Burns off him in regards to the jiu-jitsu. I think Kamaru is probably too well-rounded. He has beat people like Damian Maia, who's a slightly higher style of jiu-jitsu, if that makes sense. He's got probably a higher quality game than Burns, or did have. But it's a very interesting fight. Burns hits hard. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got fairly good wrestling. Not as good as Usman, though, by any stretch. It'll be very interesting, that fight. If I'm a betting man, I'm probably putting my money on Usman there. But I'd love Burns to win, because then it sets up a rematch, especially if it's a good fight. I don't really mind who wins as long as it's a good fight, you know, bit of back and forth. So we are done with the UFC news. We're going to move on to a couple of random stories now. And we have the story that Paige mentioned earlier, which was that Costa has launched a Coca-Cola coffee, and people have a lot of thoughts. So apparently it's got people conflicted. The company have teamed up with fizzy drink giant Coca-Cola to create a range of Coca-Cola flavoured coffees. They announced a new partnership in a post on LinkedIn, and it's fair to say people have a lot of thoughts about the new drinks range, which includes a Coca-Cola latte and cappuccino. The post read, "The summer campaign has landed in China, and we are really excited by the first ever Coca-Cola flavoured coffee range. Something we cannot wait to try." Damn. The new hot drinks launched in China in May 2020, and a cold brew version will be joining the menu there in July. It's not known yet whether the drinks will be available in the UK, but the lack of availability hasn't stopped people here from commenting on them. Man. Interesting, somebody wrote. Worth a try. Not sure about this one. How disgusting is that? Coca-Cola is disgusting enough without making it ruin a good coffee, someone else added. Somebody else said, "That's crazy, I'm in." Right, that is interesting. Doesn't say anything, it just says China for now. Says nothing about the States, as far as I can see. Oh, here we go. I'm doing the unedited joke. Dad, can you put the cat out? Ignore. Dad, I didn't know it was on fire. Oh my god. That's awful. How about you? I would just like to try it though, says Razor. Yeah, I'd try it for sure. What else do we have here? Oh, this one's a bit gross. Look at this shit. Right, hold on. Oh. A man has ended up with 7 caterpillar children. Look at these. Look at these caterpillars, dude. Does everybody here wash their vegetables before cooking it? I hope so. Look at that caterpillar on the fucking broccoli. I was about to cook my favourite vegetable of all time, broccoli, and after unwrapping it, to my surprise, found caterpillars inside. They're really nice, and we've ended up keeping one as a pet, and I'm naming him, but just a heads up, some of your brock has sea pillars. Great. Oh my god, look. Remember Centric the caterpillar? Bill Oljet is a butterfly. Every little, quite literally, does help. Thanks, Tesco. Look at that. It grew into a butterfly. Oh, how beautiful. Imagine that. Pet fucking caterpillar in your broccoli becomes your pet butterfly. Watch your page. It's good. They are funny. Oh, this one's brutal. Paige, did you read this one? A leech crawls inside an elderly man's penis and drinks a pint of blood. That is just... He was left in agony after a leech entered into his body through his penis and drank a pint of blood from his internal organs. Doctors in Cambodia say the patient went for a dip without any clothes, classic, to cool off in a pond when the invertebrate slithered up in his penis. That night, however, the man was left in severe pain after he tried to use a toilet in his home near... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. The second word's pen, I think. Medics at hospital used a tiny camera and found the blood-sucking creature had made its way up into his urethra and into his bladder. Oh! Exactly, Liam. Look at me. I'm like this. I'm just about to eat. Think of that bloody penis leech, Luis. Oh, man. God damn. Scans showed that the parasite had already wounded parts of the man's internal organs with its sharp teeth. What is that? The leech had swollen up after sucking more than a pint. That's the fucking leech. That is the leech. Medics then used another tool called bipolar resectoscope to kill the leech before extracting it. The removal process was complicated by the fact that the leech has swollen in size after taking more than 500 ml of blood it had sucked up from the man. Oh, god damn! Doctors at the City Calmette Hospital have now warned residents be careful when swimming in ponds during the rainy season. Oh, just... Oh. Oh my gosh. That's just disgusting, isn't it? I'm eating toast at the moment. This ain't bothering me in the slightest. Have you got red jam on it, Casey? I was almost sick earlier, goddamn. Oh. Oh my god, I'm never swimming again, yeah. I do, how do you know? Oh, I just was picturing blood on the toast, Casey. That was all. That's why I said, have you got strawberry jam on there? From the man's penis. Farmer baffled after sheep gave birth to a mutant cyclops lamb with one eye. I need to show you this. It's so adorable. Look at this little critter. Hold on, let me do transform. Fit to... Look at him. He's actually adorable. Lovely, otherwise he believed the mother gave birth to 2 lambs. The other one is normal. I hope this will be a good sign and bring blessings to the family. Look at it. Oh, he's adorable. He's actually freaking... Wait, let me shrink that back. There we go. That is one cute lamb. Come on, guys. Who's going to win the fecking... Why? The photo's so damn blurry. I don't know where it was, but I'm guessing it's a place where the camera pictures aren't the greatest. Razor, sorry. Come on, guys. Let's win this bingo. Who's going to win the 5k points? These tunes are just banging, aren't they? Let's be honest. What brews did people bring to this? Like I said, I was just drinking water. Anybody have a fucking spit it out, James? Did anybody have anything interesting? I've got black tea with toast. No milk in your tea? Crazy shit, Casey. My lunch has arrived. What have you got? Louise. Liam, 100% vodka. You're going to be smashed. But go on, the lads. I'm actually intrigued to see what people are drinking. Anybody else had anything different? Come on. Win that fucking bingo, folks. Come on. Excuse me. I'm dying to know who's going to win. The competition just between Paige and CJ right now. I stayed up all night developing. Time for some shots to knock out. What have you been developing, Liam? Interesting. It's just a straight shootout here between Paige and CJ. I can't believe it. What is going on? My mum didn't order me everything or anything. What have you actually got, Louise? Come on. What have you actually got? Dying to know. Getting pretty hungry. Gonna have to get some breakfast in a minute. Developing state patrol vehicles, custom EUP and TeamSpeaks. Nice, Liam. You making your own community? That's interesting. Do. Apparently I've got some Twitch whispers, I didn't realise. Good. Come on, win that fucking bingo, man. We're gonna do that. I've got 2 bacon, sausage and cheese baps and you wanted 3. Holy shit, you greedy fucker. I'm proud of you, that's good. Started 2 days ago, haven't opened applications and on 65 whitelisted members already who are getting their department set up. Nice. Good for you, Liam. Come on, folks. Surely you've exhausted all 203 emotes. Cannot believe it. Incredible scenes. So what did everybody think to the first Grab a Brew with J2? Did everybody enjoy themselves? I had fun. Might bring food next time. Can't believe you've mentioned them. It was fun. Thanks, Paige. Yeah, thanks, Liam. I appreciate that. Who's going to win the fucking emote challenge? I'm glad I've got the chat up here. Demosa, play DOJ? Not today's Demosa, not today. Tomorrow. I have food, yes. Food is good. Yeah, we shall be back tomorrow evening with some DOJ. We'll be back on as Elio, all being well. Probably around 3 PM UK time. Come on, how has nobody won the bloody emote challenge yet? This is incredible scenes. Oh, look at that. CJ wins with one of the very first. Oh, no, it's not one of the very first. It's that very cool one. GG's, everybody. GG's. A certain application is getting reviewed over the next 2 weeks, and hopefully I can get accepted and I'll be able to come with you on activations. Nice. That's for SRU. CJ, you won. Yeah, boy. Congratulations. 9 users participated. Top spammers were Paige with 167, CJ with 100, and Louise with only 24. That's a good effort. Brew with the 2. Exactly. Razor93, welcome to the stream. But we're going to be wrapping up Grab a Brew with J2 for the first time today. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself as much as I have. We're going to go over and raid Tobesy, who is streaming. What's he? Let's have a look. He's streaming Empyrean Galactic Survival. I do not know what that is. But guys, please head over there, show in some love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.